Greeting to CEO of Justbun. Hello, I'm Jiahui. I'm here to present to you about Justbun development on project analysis for Batu Kawan. Justbun Development is a real estate development company which is an expert in the construction of shop lots and shopping malls. This is the agenda. First, I will introduce the project Batu Kawan, its profit statement, annual cash budget, revised proposal, matters to be considered on revised proposal, and budgetary control. Justbun Development currently owns one real estate development project which involves a 30-hectare area in Batu Kawan, Penang. It is planned to be the development of a new shopping mall in this area, and 5 billion ringgit Malaysia project is identified on the development in 5 years. In this profit statement, we can see that the total revenue is 5 billion ringgit Malaysia and the total relevant cost is 4,628 million ringgit Malaysia. Hence, the project is given us a profit of 372 million ringgit Malaysia. This is our annual cash budget for Project Batu Kawan from year 2022 to 26. Based on the project contract, the timing expected receipt and payments proportion are different. For our cash inflows, we can see that in 2023 there are no revenue to receive, but in 2025 we will get 65%, which is 3,250 million ringgit Malaysia of the revenue that received from the client. In addition, for the cash outflows in these 5 years, in 2022 the cash outflows is the highest because we need to pay 100% of legal costs, which is 250 million ringgit Malaysia, and 50% of costs variable to local authorities, which is 50 million ringgit Malaysia. Therefore, we can show that net cash flows are get negative value in first 3 years. This is because we only get 10% revenue in 2022 and didn't get any revenue in 2023. So, this will let the project get huge negative amount in first 2 years, and this is definitely not a good situation. During periods of negative cash flow, the project is not profitable. Consistently having negative cash flow is not healthy for the project. Next, I will go through the revised annual cash budget for Project Batu Kawan in 5 years. Due to the net cash flows in original report is get negative value in first 3 years. The revised annual cash budget is suggested by the project director from another department, and he decided to negotiate with the client in order to improve the progress claim collection. Besides that, he suggests to offer 5% discounts on the project value to convince the client to pay intently based on the contractor's progress claim. As we can see, the total inflows in here is totally different with original annual budget. That is because for the contract we use the proportion in contractor's progress claim, and we can see that the revenue is complete 60% in the first 2 years. In cash outflows, the proportion is remaining the same as the originals, but we need to pay additional 2% on the acquisition cost of the other materials. The workers' training cost is 5 million ringgit Malaysia, and the workers' productivity are improved 20% after they attend the course. This will cause the decrease in cash outflows. In net cash flow, although year 2022 and 2024 we still get negative value, but the amount is smaller compared to original annual cash budget. Now we will look through the differences between the original annual cash budget and the revised annual cash budget. As we can see, there is the reduction in a small amount with the total inflow, total outflow, and net cash flow. Next, I will make a comparison between original and revised net present value for Project Batu Kawan. In the graph, we can note that the original is at a negative value, which is 566 million ringgit Malaysia. Although there is a small amount of reduction in revised annual cash budget, however, in net present value in revised project, we get a positive value of 141 million ringgit Malaysia. This is a good result because getting the positive value means that the project will be accepted because it gains profit. I will strongly advise to use revised proposal although there are negative results in year 2020 and 2024, but we get the positive net present value which is better than the original one. Next, I will talk about the methods to be considered on this revised proposal. The first method on the revised proposal is contract value. In the revised proposal, it provides a 5% discount on the value of the project to motivate clients to complete payments at the completion stage on schedule. If the percentage of contract value changes to the contractor's progress, then the contract value will become roughly average for each year, as these 5 years will have contract value and be able to cover up the loss. The second method on the revised proposal is direct materials. In the revised proposals, the company pays an additional 2% on the acquisition cost of the other material. So there will be an increase in the direct material cost. When increases, the cash outflow will exceed than cash inflow. So if the contract value cannot cover up the cash outflow, there will be a loss. The third method on the revised proposal is site workers. For revised site workers, there is a decrease of 20% on the total labor hours because a decrease in labor hours will make an increase in productivity, which the workers will work more efficiently. The cash outflows will be lower than cash inflows as there is a decrease in total site workers compared to the previous annual cash budget. Furthermore, the fourth method on the revised proposal is training cost. The training cost is included as a cash outflow and the training cost is included in the year 2022. So it will cost 2022's cash outflows more than cash inflows. If cash inflows cannot cover cash outflows, then will cost that year get lost. The fifth method on the revised proposal is contractors' progress, which is a huge amount in the cash annual budget for revised contractors' progress. If it averagely separates to 20% each year, then the closing balance of these 5 years will get profit. Next, I will talk about what is budgetary control and the pros and cons of budgetary control. Budget control is the process of budgeting for the future period and compares with actual performance before arriving at deviation if any. The budget figures compared with actual figures will help management to identify deviation and take corrective action immediately. Organizational control of costs and maximization of profits are important tools for budget control. The first benefit of budget control is that it defines the company's goals, plans, and policies. If there are no clear goals, these efforts will be based on achieving other goals. Next, the second benefit of budget control is that through budget control, the implementation and work of various activities have been effectively coordinated. Budgets for various functions are interrelated and interdependent. In addition, the third benefit of budget control is that budget control fits the target. Each department is forced to work efficiently to achieve its goals. Therefore, it is an effective way to control business unit activity. As a result, the performance of department heads and other managers is constantly monitored. Furthermore, the fourth benefit of budget control is to regularly report deviations in actual performance from budgets and to correct adverse deviations immediately. In the absence of budgetary control, it could be done at the end of the fiscal year when the amendments might be ineffective or feasible. Finally, the final benefit of budget control is that it helps reduce production costs by eliminating wasteful spending. Now, competitive budget control can play an important role. Every merchant tries to reduce production costs to increase sales. They are trying to have a more profitable portfolio. Budget control is an effective tool for managing control. Despite the many benefits of budgetary control, the system has some limitations. The first limitations of budget control is the budget is prepared on the basis of certain existing conditions. If conditions change, the budget will also be revised. Changing budgets can frustrate employees and lose the charm of budgeting and execution. Moreover, the second limitation of budget control is the budget is prepared for the future period. The predictions are still uncertain even if they are best record of the future. Therefore, budgets will be made if there are any prevailing situation happen in the future. Furthermore, the third limitation of budget control is the budget control system depends on the support of top management. Budget control is just a management tool for the management to decide to fully support the success of the system. Without high-level support, the system may crash at any time. In addition, the fourth limitation of budget control is the effective implementation of budgetary controls depend on appropriate coordination among the departments since the performance of one sector depends on the work of other departments and vice versa. It requires the budget officer to oversee the integration of activities in order to successfully implement the budget. Poor coordination can lead to poor performance. Finally, the last limitation of budgetary control budget was prepared under the assumption that certain requirements will be successful. The future is uncertain. Therefore, if the conditions do not succeed, we need to revise the budget targets. Regular revisions targets will reduce the value of the budget, and the revision would also involve significant expenditures. That's all is my present. Thank you.